the Dukes weren't hazardous. She's only 17, made us curious. It was a carefree time. How about we jump back and rewind? We were living on Winger and a prayer, just garbage pail kids with mullets and big hair. Let's open up another pack. Gen X wants their future back. Break out the denim jackets and faded band patches. Share memories, Polaroid captured. It's the Gen X marks, the spot portraits.
Especially you girls, I want to welcome you to the Gen X Marks the Spot podcast. I am your host, Gen X Joe, and we are in the Wherever I May Roam studio. And why I said girls, most of all, it's because it is National Women's Month. And before we get into our guest today and topic, I just want to take a moment to share why this month means so much to me personally. Being an only child, I was raised by great parents, but I was also raised by a very strong woman in my mother. She was the kind of woman who just didn't weather storms. She kind of just walked right through them with her head held high and made sure that everyone around her was still standing as well. Unfortunately, she is no longer with me, and not a day goes by that I don't feel her with me by my side. And of course, I have to mention my wife. This woman is absolutely a saint of a human being who somehow, to this day, has not killed me. I mean, let's be honest. For those of you that know me, the amount of nonsense that I put her through on a daily basis should come with hazard pay and possibly a therapist on speed dial. She definitely deserves a medal. Probably better yet, a vacation without me. Maybe I will get my wife something for National Women's Month. I wonder if they have greeting cards. They should if they don't. Mine would probably just say, "Thank you for tolerating me." And here's another thought. When is National Men's Month? Is there a National Men's Month? I gotta look into this. Maybe I'll Google it later. But all joking aside, today's topic for National Women's Month is about stalking. Now, I know this is a serious subject and I'm not trying to take it lightheartedly, but did you know that 1 in 12 women in the United States will be stalked in their lifetime? And over 7 million people, that includes us guys, are cyberstalked every single year. Well, I can say nobody has stalked me. Actually, I lose friends, but that's another story for another day. But here's the question. How do we keep someone's mother, someone's wife, someone's daughter safe? I don't know if there is a true answer to that, but during this month, as we celebrate women's strength, those numbers deserve to be said out loud. And it shouldn't be by me. This month deserves a voice, a real one. The kind of voice that doesn't just talk about the pain, but has actually lived through it and survived it and turned it into something the world needs to hear, and that's through music. My guest this week is all the way from across the Atlantic Ocean, lead vocalist of the alternative metal band Violet Blend, and that is Giada Celeste Chile. Now, she has turned her own experience of stalking into music that has included a haunting and deeply personal song called The Reign of Sadness that doesn't just describe the experience of being stalked, it actually makes you feel the weight of it. But if that wasn't enough for Giada, and you got to give her props for this, she took her experience even one step further and created an educational board/card game called Talk or Stalk. And it's designed to help people recognize the warning signs of stalking behavior before it even can escalate. Jada is exactly the kind of voice that this month calls for. So as I always say, let's turn the amp up and my mic is on, but so is Jada's mic. And let's get educated with my interview with Jada Celeste Chile of the band Violet Blend.
Hi, Joe. Oh, I'm fine. Thank you very much. How are you?
I am wonderful.
Cool. How is the weather out there? You told me it isn't. You're snowed under like. Well, it's completely different situation here. We are like 20, 22 degrees, so we are like going into spring. So it's completely different situation.
Oh, I am so ready for spring. You do not understand. I am beyond over this winter, so
Yeah, I mean, I love spring and summer, so it's the perfect situation for me. So I totally relate with what you say.
I just want to make sure I pronounce your first name correct.
Giada.
Jada. Okay, because I was totally going to mess that up, no doubt. I was going to go Giada.
Yeah, but it's don't worry at all. Everyone always make this mistake because you tend to pronounce the I in the names, but in Italian is like we don't pronounce the I in the name. It's Giada, like it would be like with a J, like Jada Pinkett Smith,
Oh,
the actress. Yeah, it's the same, but the Italian version, we pronounce the J with a G I. So it's don't worry, it's common. Anyway, it's Jada. Jade, if you prefer, it's the same for me.
I'll try Jada. I like that.
Don't worry.
I got this. I'm learning to speak Italian today.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
know we're strange,
No,
but
you're not strange.
it can
Believe
be.
me, you're not. So just say something to me, whatever it is, in Italian, and I'm going to try to go ahead and interpret it, okay?
Let's try this. I will go with something pretty easy, I hope, for you. Ciao Joe, grazie mille per avermi ospitato in questo bellissimo podcast. Sono davvero felice di conoscerti. I speak really fast in Italian.
Well, two words I got out of that. So let me think here. I think you said grazie and podcast.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what I think you said was, Joe, you have the most awesomest podcast I have ever heard in my life. That's correct, right?
Yeah, it is correct. Yeah. Well, it was kind of because I said just thank you so much. It's an honor and a pleasure to be with you. Thank you for having me. It was something like that in Italian.
Well, there you go. See that? See, you know what? My ancestors would be proud of me.
Yeah, sure. We can do like Italian lessons after, and if you want me to teach you some kind, I can teach you some swear words. That's
Oh,
the best part of learning a language. I can
yes.
teach you
Yes, I
a lot
want
of
to know
things.
that. So when I say something to my wife, she is not going to be able to figure it out.
Okay. Do you want me to say a swear word?
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay. Vaffanculo. Like it's go yourself.
Ah, say
It's
that again. I want to hear that one more time.
vaffanculo.
I'm going to play this back afterwards and I'm going to keep practicing it after we're all done with that. And until I get it down, and then I'm never, ever going to let my wife hear this podcast episode because then she'll figure out what it is.
Yeah, but it's very common to hear that word here in Italy, but also abroad because Italians are everywhere, and you are
Right.
the proof. So yeah, but it's not a really a real kind word to say, but it's
Right. No, totally understand. So, well, Jada, what I wanted to talk to you about and what I found so impressive about your band, besides the music itself, you guys take on themes for social causes in your music. Currently, right now, you have an initiative out there about stalking, and there is a song that you wrote personally from real life experiences called The Reign of Sadness. how difficult was it to make that decision to share something so private with the world through your music?
I make music to share and to communicate with the world. So it's like it's a decision that I've made when I decided to be a musician. So it was not actually that difficult. We artists in general share their inner side with the whole world. So it's something that we need to do as like an urgency, and it's like also for me is an atonement, is like and it's a real healing process for me. So it was not, it's difficult, but at the same time it's natural for me to heal through music, through writing music. I decided to share this personal experience. I realized that there is no such discussion and realization about this form of violence. We always speak about violence like physical violence, and it's something that everyone can see. I mean, if I slap you or if I punch you in the face, it's for everyone that is violence. But if I, for example, like follow you, every time that you're around, not everybody realizes that form of violence. It's also there is not worse violence, but I mean, it's something that corrodes you inside. It's something that you cannot really also realize, because the victim never fully realize until someone like put this form of violence in front of them. So I just wanted to like raise awareness and just stimulate the conversation and the discussion and the reflection on this kind of violence that is subtle. It's completely subtle. It's something that you, as I said before, even the victim doesn't realize. I mean, this is my experience. I haven't realized that I was abused until I stop and think and reflect about what was happening to me. And then I just started asking people what they think about some kind of behavior, some kind of abusing behavior. And we basically did like a survey to understand what was the perception of people of abusive behaviors. And well, it was like really sad and dreadful, because there is not a clear conception of what an abuse is, or what is not, what is normal, what is dangerous, what is warning, what kind of behavior you must like avoid to do and to be. But I think that you are understanding, if it makes sense what I'm saying. Forgive my bad English, but I'm trying to do my best with this kind of difficult topic. So we did this survey, and we realized that there is no a real conception of what an abusive behavior is. And then we decided not just to release a song that speaks about this behavior, but also to try to raise awareness. And so we did this campaign, and this card game is part of the campaign, because we didn't want just to teach you like what is good, what is not, but we wanted to stimulate the reflection. We wanted people to talk about this and reflect, and also discuss between them what is good behavior, what is not, what you should be warned, what it should be like what is normal, what is caring, what is dangerous. And so, as I said, we created this card game that it's called Talk, and it's I mean, it's a drop in the ocean, but we're trying to do our best to raise awareness and to stimulate the conversation on this topic. Even if you have a strong personality, even if you think you're strong, even if you're smart, even if you are like whatever, you can fall in this trap. You can be caged by someone that is abusing you. So I try to share the most that I can my personal experience to tell people you're not alone, and please seek for help. Try and speak with a friend, speak with with your family, speak with someone, and try to get help, because it's the most important thing in this kind. It's the only way to like resuscitate from this hell.
Jada, it seems to me you're such a brave young lady, and I don't want to bring up any bad memories, but how did you first realize you were being stalked? And if you want to share who that was, that would be awesome. And if not, I will totally respect that as well.
Well, how did I realize? The abuse was going from just psychological to physical. I don't know, but I have like an epiphany. I just realized, okay, this is too much. So, and then I like started thinking backwards. I started thinking about all the things that I've experienced in the years before, and I realized, okay, this was an abusing behavior. It was my ex, so it's not my ex-partner, so it's not something that it's not a secret. He like I've suffered like a post-traumatic stress for a lot of years after. I can speak about this thing now with this like natural tone and without starting crying, because it's something that happened some years ago. It's something that I have processed. It's something that I have realized. I have speak with a therapist. I have done all the work that should be done in a situation like this. So it's yeah, it's painful, but I've also grown, first of all, and I'm healed now, so I'm good. It's not actually a problem to speak about this topic, or I wouldn't release a song about this topic, and also a card game, and I wouldn't speak with people and try to raise awareness about this topic if it was a problem. So don't worry at all.
Well, I thank you for sharing that. And I'm sure at some point you may have felt some type of guilt, but I
Yeah.
know and you know that should not be the case whatsoever. It's never your fault.
Yeah, this is one of the very first thing that I say when I speak with people about the game and about all this topic, because the very first thing, it's not also really victims' fault, because our society is like built around the idea, especially about women, that women has to be like conquered by men. So it's kind of normal, usual for women to be to see themselves like praise that has to be conquered. So we are used to manage jealousy, possession, all this kind of bad behaviors that should be seen like what they really are, so abusive behaviors, and not just like he's into you, so it's normal that he's jealous, it's normal that they want to like possess you over everything. So yeah, it's every time that I speak with a woman, but I mean, this is not a gender social campaign we're doing. The stalking and abusive behaviors, don't have a gender. They are both on female and male sides. But we noticed with our survey and with our research that we did, all the data that we collected, that women suffered a little more. It's just a percentage that women suffer more. And this is because our society, like, it's built around this very specific way that women have to be conquered by men, and so men like can do a lot of things that now we are realizing, fortunately, there are not good behaviors, but there is a long path that we have to go through to realize what abusive and what is not, and to behave.
Unfortunately, a lot of guys still feel they're cavemen and want to bang a woman on the head. And, just like the cartoon, like you said, we have come such a long way, and we still have a long way to go. And I was looking at some numbers, and this is just in the United States. 1 in 5 women are stalked. About half of those go unreported. And for men, about 1 in 10 men are stalked. And a lot of those go unreported, mostly because it's not recognized, or it's just assumed natural behavior. And when topics like this come up, it's really great to have a voice, someone such as you and your band, to make that aware. And I don't know of any bands out there, and I could totally be wrong, and I'm only speaking on the American side, that have even touched this topic. So you should be really proud of yourself for that.
Thank you very much. Well, I don't know. We're really active on the social side and with causes that we are into. I mean, we try music. It's a universal language.
Yes.
So, and also you're on a stage, you have voice to say something and to communicate with others. So I believe that we artists should use this voice, this stage, to communicate, and not just to yeah, I mean, music is art, is entertainment, is all a lot of things. But I think that we should use this voice, this universal language, to speak with others, and to try to make them reflect on something that we're bound to. This is, I mean, my aim in music, the final aim of me doing music is to communicate with the world, to speak with other people through music. And so I try to convey a message that I feel is important.
I say to you, keep doing what you're doing with you and the band, and getting the word out there. And one of the things that I want to go back to, you talked about the card game, talk or stalk. That is such a creative and unexpected approach to awareness. Where did that idea come from?
First of all, thank you very much for your kind words. Well, I, I like games. I like board games. I like card games, and I realized that, like, here in Florence, we have a lot of events, small events, like in pubs and bars, like people that get together and play board games. So it's something that is getting real popular here. And I realized by joining these events that people really share a good moment without smartphones, without technology, but a real moment with friends. And also it's a really good way to know new people, because you like bring together. Me and a friend go to this event, and the board game needs like 5 or 6 players, so you get together with other tables, and you meet new people, you make new friends. And I realized that this is the way maybe that we are recovering the reality and the relationships that we have in some way have been losing during this nowadays with the technology, social media, and all this stuff. And so I have this idea, and I thought maybe this could be a good way not to teach, not to like saying and explain to people what is good and what is not, but to make people with the game, by playing, to make people discuss about this thing.
Oh,
And also the game is really simple, because it's set in the world of rock and roll, so it's something also related to the band. And you get your character, so a person in the rock and roll world. So you can be the singer, the guitarist, the sound engineer, the label head, all this character. You get your personality. Among all these 8 personality, there is the stalker, that is the personality with the very the predator, like said, behavior. And you play actions to other players, and all the players have to discuss whether the action is normal, caring, it is dangerous, it is something. So you discuss about what you're doing. You play a character. Also, you can also play the stalker part. So you can also like play the bad one character, and realize through all these actions what you're doing, if you're doing something wrong. And also the players speak each other to understand and discuss about the action, if it is regular or a warning or something that is not acceptable. And this is the way that we found to like I said before, to not to just explain to people, because well, we are full of explanations where everyone wants to explain something to some other, but it's not that kind of game. It's not that kind of like lesson. We are no one to explain something to others, but we want to stimulate the conversation about this topic. And we found that that was the best way to do it. I hope that even if we just stimulate the reflection about this topic in one person, is something that I'm really proud of. So like I said before, it's a drop in the ocean, but the ocean is made of drops. So better
that's
society.
remarkable, honestly. I mean, to come up with that idea. And you also work with a lot of academic experts on that game. It almost seems like to me a different version of the game Among Us.
Yeah.
Now, before I get into more of the band and all the accomplishments that you guys have achieved since 2018 when you guys formed, have you heard back from fans or anyone that was playing the game who may have been through similar experiences? And if so, what has that meant to you personally?
Well, unfortunately, a lot. Like we're doing these events now up and down Italy, and we were trying to like plan something the UK, because we have the Italian version and the English version of the game, so we are both languages. And yeah, unfortunately, I have spoken with a lot of people that told me, okay, now I realize that I was abused with this game, and it was like, whoa, okay, let's speak and try it. Seek help, please. This is the very first thing that I always tell to a person that tell me, now I realize that I've been abused. And not even the victims realize when they are abused. So yeah, I have I have a lot of people coming and telling me and the game was released in December 2025. So in like 3 months, we have, unfortunately, a lot of people coming to me when we do like Meet the Author or the event when we explain the game, and people coming to me and telling me, now I realize that I've been abused, and it's terrible, but it's also great because when the very first thing that you need to do is to understand and realize what is going on, what you've experienced. So it's terrible from one side, but the other side, it's great because the first step is to realize, and when you realize that you're halfway to heal. So
I'm sure you have a lot of resources available for the fans and for those that are in need. And
yeah, well, we have also on the side a lot of things that people can read, that can, I mean, if you need someone to speak, just email us also, because
Right.
it can be, yeah, it can be safe and free to speak about this topic. It's something that may help. So yeah. We're here. We're not here just to like play the game and play music. And we are real person. We're people. So we're here.
So for anyone out there who may want to get the Talk or Stock game, where can they get that from? Is it on your band's website?
Yeah, it's on our website, violetblend.cloud, and also on our Bandcamp. So it's violetblend/Bandcamp, something like this. I don't remember actually the URL, but anyway, it's on Bandcamp. Everyone knows Bandcamp. Yeah, and if you want a copy, please just email us and we will send it to you. info@violetblend.cloud. I'm sorry, but it's kind of difficult for me to translate. I don't know why, but
No worries. But again, I just want to thank you for sharing all of that. And truly, you should be a role model for a lot of young ladies out there.
I hope to be not just I don't care if I am a model, but I would like to be a friend. That it's like, yeah, that's the they don't have to follow what I'm doing, but I hope that they will find the courage to be the model of themselves, because it's important to be present to yourself, and so I can be your friend if you need help. So this is the message that I would like to send to girls and also guys that are experiencing like a difficult time and period. We can communicate with music, we can communicate with technology, so let's get in touch.
Wow, that's well spoken and a true message right there. I loved how you said you don't want to be a role model but a friend. So, I mean, that speaks volumes for who you are as a person.
Thank you. It's what I truly think. So we need to reappropriate human relationships. It's not
yeah.
nowadays it's everything is like just the appearance on Instagram and Facebook. Come on, let's get rid of it. Let's just reappropriate humanity and human relationships that are the base of our society and of our happiness. I mean, we are truly happy only when we have friends, when we have a family, when we get together. So this is the important thing for me in life, and I hope that also young people will realize again what we are losing nowadays.
And let's start talking about the band. How about that?
Oh, well, the open question about the band. Oh, well, we are just three lads from Florence that started believing that music could be a good way to communicate with the world, and believed in what we started and what we do. So like Florence is a very famous city, but it's tiny. We have a very small rock and roll community, so it's not the good place to be a band here in Florence, to be honest. But we decided to do like something different. I mean, not to speak, as I've already said, not to speak only about music, not to do music for itself, but to convey some kind of messages. And it was like, for the very first time, the very first aim of getting together and form the band was like to put all of ourselves in the music, and also to use the voice and the stage to say something and to communicate with others. And in 2017, and there was like, it all started like a game. Okay, let's go to the rehearsal room, let's do some concert. And it was like it became something real when I think that it was like the very first time that we realized that it was a good thing to pursue this career was first two moments. The first one was when our manager joined us. It was like a person that we didn't know, a young guy, the same age of ours, and he came to us and said, I saw one of your concerts, and you're great. I would like to work with you and try to develop the band. And we were like, really? Sure. Okay, let's do it. And when a person that it's not in the band believes in you, it's something that it changes your perspective on the things that you're doing. And the second one was when we were chosen to open to support Radiohead in a concert here in Italy, and we say, wow, these things can happen also to guys like us. And so we decided to go on with the band and to do it like more seriously, more in a more serious way. And then the things went like that. We released 2 albums, one live album, a lot of singles. We signed with an American label after a very big, like for the very first album that we released, we were independent. And here we are again with the next single, working on the next album that probably is due to the end of the year. I don't know, I don't have a date yet, but we're working hard on it. It's almost finished, and we can't wait to release it because it's a next chapter of the band. We like worked a lot on electronic music, symphonic music. It's like a very new chapter of the band, so can't wait to release it. I will let you know. I will keep you posted on this.
Please do, because your music is so unique. I mean, it blends alternative rock, metal, classical orchestration in a way that just it's very emotional. Was that sound something you
Yeah.
guys set out to create from the beginning, or did it just evolve naturally that way?
Well, we all come from different backgrounds. I have a master degree in musicology, so I have an academic journey in music. I played saxophone and piano, and I've been like studying music, classical music, for my whole life. So that's my part of background. Michel is a real metalhead, so he brings his group is like metal part of the songs. Ferruccio is really into prog music, so he like very articulated music, very so we kind of blend and mix all our backgrounds or our taste in music, all our forms and style and genres together. And it's something that is really natural. I'm the main songwriter for the band, so like I present them the structure of a song, and then we like mix together all of our personalities. So it's something that we've always done. We don't like okay, this song has to be like this song has to be like that. We go to the rehearsal room and try to put ourselves in the music, and because the music has to speak for each member of the band, or this is the most important thing, has to reflect Violet Blend's soul, not Jada's soul, Ferruccio's soul, or Michelle's soul. It's something that we're creating together. So it's a union of souls, and music should reflect this, I believe.
That's well said, and that actually helped you guys be named the Band of the Year by the Great Music Stories in 2023.
Yeah, it was great. It was such an unexpected accolade, because come on, we are an Italian band here in Florence. We've been touring in the UK, but we're not like there. So it was completely unexpected, and it was really, really, we're flattered. We were and we are flattered by that accolade, and it brings us to another tour in the UK. We joined festival out there, and it's an incredible way to spend a summer. It was, and now we're like we met a lot of new fans. I don't like to call them fans, I like to call them friends. A lot of new people, and UK people are really, really great and really love music. And it's something that we are missing nowadays here in Italy. So it was like a total incredible summer that we spent. And then we came back, and then we'll be back in November in the UK. We are like planning a very long tour in the UK. And one day maybe we'll be able to come to the US. I hope so. It will be my dream to come true. So I hope so.
Well, I appreciate the kind words about our country, and I would love for you guys to come over here. And like I said, bringing your style of music and your messages, because with the White Mask, you guys tackled social media and identity. With your second album, Demons, you guys kind of went even a little deeper into like internal psychological landscape. And now with your new single, The Reign of Sadness, you're looking at stalking. I believe that not only are you a band, I would almost say you guys are educators as well. And with that in mind, for anyone listening to this podcast who may have never heard of Violet Blend, what's the one song you would tell them to start with, and why?
Oh, wow. Probably the latest one. So because it's what we are now. So The Reign of Sadness could be a good song to start with. In that moment is the closest to what we are in that moment. So it's the best way to understand our music and the band. So yeah.
Well, Giada, I am so glad I got to interview you today. You seem like you don't want complimented, but I have to compliment you. I think you're an amazing person, an amazing songwriter, and to put your message out there from your own personal experience, don't ever lose that side of you, because that's what's going to make you, your band, and your music special, I truly believe, for years to come.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm flattered. Thank you so much for your kind words. As I said before, I like to be real. So this is me, and has to be, I think, when you have to be, when you have the privilege to do music, to be on a stage.
Best of luck with the song, with the board game, and the new album. Hopefully it'll be out before the end of the year and we get to see you sometime in America.
I hope so. I really hope so. I will keep you posted on the next album. I hope that people will like it. As I said, it's a new chapter. So let's see what happens. I'm a little scary when you change a little bit of things. You don't know if people will like it or not. But let's see what happens. I will keep you posted on it.
Sounds great. Thank you, Giada. And I got your name right the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time it's right. It's Giada. It's perfect. You pronounce it perfectly. So better than an Italian. So
there you go.
thank you very much. Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
When I started out today's podcast episode, I wanted to recognize the women who shaped me, my mom and my wife. I wanted to celebrate them, but I also wanted to do more than just give a shout out and say, hey, happy National Women's Month. No, I wanted to have a meaningful episode. And when I first heard about Giada and Violet Blend and the message that they are sending out about, and we're going to include domestic violence and stalking in here, I had to get her on the show. Because nothing matters more to me right now than the safety of my loved ones. And did you think about this? There are so many stalking cases that probably could be reported, but are not recognized or not reported because someone is living in fear, living in silence and afraid to speak up. And that's exactly why voices like Giada's matter. A woman who lost over a year or so of her life, who struggled with post-traumatic stress, and who chose to turn that pain into music and a message that the world needed to hear. And believe me, when I say this, music heals. Yes, it heals, but it's also a great way to spread a positive message that is educational. And if you or someone you know or suspect is experiencing stalking or some type of domestic violence, please reach out. I hate to say it, it sounds cliche, but you are not alone and help is available right now. There is the domestic violence hotline. You can call or text at 1-800-799-7233. That's 1-800-799-SAFE. And yes, there is even a stalking prevention awareness and resource center that is called Spark. And their website is stalkingawareness.org. That is stalkingawareness.org. And you can get all those resources for victims, survivors, and professionals right there on that website. And I hope you found today's episode meaningful. And if you did, please share it. Please check on your loved ones. And here's where I usually say, rock loud, live proud. Yes, I want you guys to do that. But I also want you to stay strong, stay safe, and keep amplifying the voices that need to be heard. Peace out. Props everyone for listening. I'm Gen X Joe, and this has been the Gen X Marks the Spot podcast.
The Gen X Marks the Spot podcast.